500 years ago, large parts of our country looked like this, just water. And since then, the Dutch have done something we're really good at, building a clever system of dunes, dikes and big pumping stations, behind which, over the centuries, we have built a very prosperous nation, with cities, of course, agriculture, industry, and a lot of nature. We have many precious things to protect. That's why we have to continue working on the delta. Because the sea level is rising and the soil is subsiding. The temperature is going up and we expect longer rainy and dry periods. At times too much water, at others too little. That demands an active approach, no longer reacting to disasters like we did with the Afsluitdijk or the Delta Works. With 16 million people to protect, as well as our enormous investments in housing, business and agriculture, a flood would not only be a human disaster, but an economic one as well. That's what we want to avoid. Here, for example, in the town of Lekkerkerk, we are reinforcing the foundations of these dikes, while at the same time we preserve the unique character of this region. And all this work is of course a nuisance for the people who live here, but it's necessary for the safety and for the hundreds of thousands of people who live way over there behind these dikes. In other words, taking preventive measures with the Delta program, the Delta Works of the future. Our primary concerns are safety and our fresh water supply. However, whenever possible, the Delta program takes a broader view. There's room for new solutions, and as many aspects as possible will be taken into consideration. For example, the quality of cities and landscape, nature, agriculture and recreation. All interested parties will be involved in the proposals from the start. Authorities, interest groups, businesses, farmers and residents. We plan together, make a decision, and then we go to work. Here near Wageningen in the floodplains of the Nederrijn, we see a good example of this. We repositioned the summer dikes, created new nature, and replaced an old dam with this bridge to give more room to the water. And looking for space for water is something we do along all branches of the Rhine and the Maas. This is another great example. With over here, saltwater Waddenzee, and on the other side, the IJsselmeer, which is the biggest freshwater reservoir in Western Europe, separated by the Afsluitdijk, a 20-mile-long dam. But after 75 years, this Afsluitdijk needs to be reinforced. And while we do this, we explore other possibilities like winning energy, create new nature, to use this Afsluitdijk. The Delta program will be anchored in the Delta law, and the Delta Fund must guarantee that there will be enough money. The Delta Commissioner comes up with an expeditious approach. He involves all parties in the preparation and ensures its realization. The Delta program is safe and it's flexible, and it's based on the Dutch no-nonsense approach. We don't underestimate the challenges we're facing. But you don't want to do too much either, because that will be a waste of time, money and effort. So, not too little, not too much, not too early, not too late. That's the approach. And if circumstances change over time, think of the climate, then we adapt our plan accordingly. Replenishing sand is a good example of this safe and flexible no-nonsense approach. If we see that we can protect our country very well with little less sand, we'll use less. But if our measurements show that it's not enough, we'll replenish more. By 2015, 5 important decisions will be presented to government and parliament. Decisions that have a great impact on the future of our delta. What will be the new safety standards for our dikes? How do we guarantee our fresh water supply? What do we do with the height of the IJsselmeer level? How do we tackle protection of the Rijnmond area? And how must we build safe cities and towns, taking water into consideration? Thinking of the Netherlands, you have to think of water. Historically, water is our friend and our foe. We owe our prosperity partly to water, but at the same time water can be unpredictable and dangerous. And that's what the Delta program is for. Through the clever use of administrative, social and technological innovations, we create great opportunities to strengthen our ties with water. Creating a beautiful and prosperous country in a safe delta we can be proud of. The Netherlands, the Netherlands, the Netherlands. The best protected delta in the whole world.